Hey, welcome to Planetterrian Daily, episode 58. Today is May 9th, 2020. Some interesting findings to cover today. Researchers identified a shared set of genes that enable limb regrowth in salamanders, fish, and mice. Scientists studying axolotls, zebrafish, and mice pinpointed SB genes essential for proper bone regeneration. Disabling these genes halted regrowth entirely. A zebrafish-inspired gene therapy partially restored the process in mice. Mice already carry fragments of this toolkit, which suggests mammals retain a latent repair capacity that can be activated rather than created from scratch. Nerve signals travel at roughly 120 meters per second to coordinate tissue responses during these events. This speed and precision highlight what full regeneration requires compared with the scarring that usually occurs instead. The work shows that basic genetic switches can turn repair programs on or off across distant species. Now, shifting to a different gene therapy strategy that bypasses a major physical barrier altogether. A protective gene delivered to the liver reduced amyloid plaques in the brains of mice despite the blood-brain barrier. This one-time peripheral approach suggests gene therapy could address Alzheimer's without direct brain delivery. The liver-targeted method sidesteps a major delivery obstacle that has limited many candidates in the past. If the approach scales, it could enable simpler interventions for a disease that currently requires ongoing central nervous system access. Longer studies are still needed to confirm whether plaque reduction translates to preserved cognition in animal models. The next step is testing whether this peripheral to central mechanism holds up over extended periods. What aspect of this delivery route stands out is how it avoids crossing the blood-brain barrier while still achieving central effects. On a different note, researchers mined immune responses from vaccinated individuals to isolate antibodies that prevent the measles virus from penetrating cells. The findings open a path to treatments for a resurging disease beyond existing vaccines. These antibodies block measles cell entry directly. The work comes from studying how vaccination shapes protective responses over time. It points toward potential therapies that could complement vaccination efforts where outbreaks continue. The approach focuses on interrupting the virus at the point of cell contact. This could prove useful in settings where vaccination coverage alone has not fully contained spread. Next up, a randomized trial tested access to a cycling exergaming platform and measured changes in cardiorespiratory fitness and cardiometabolic markers. The setup delivered measurable gains in health indicators among teens. The intervention combined physical activity with gaming elements. It produced objective improvements in a population that can be hard to engage through conventional exercise programs. Cardiorespiratory fitness rose alongside shifts in cardiometabolic markers. The trial design allowed direct comparison of the exergaming condition against controls. Results suggest that accessible, technology-supported activity can shift risk profiles in adolescents. The gains appeared within the structured trial period. From behavioral interventions, we turn to clever repurposing of existing instruments for entirely different scientific questions. Scientists adapted a clinical particle analysis tool to sort and identify thousands of tiny grains in sediment samples. The method improves precision when reconstructing ancient climate shifts from microscopic records. The repurposed device handles high volumes of particles efficiently. It was originally designed for medical use, but now supports climate research by classifying sediment grains. This adaptation increases the detail available in historical environmental reconstructions. The technique allows researchers to process samples that would otherwise be too time-consuming to analyze manually. Before we go, keep an eye on follow-up work testing whether brief gene therapy pulses can nudge existing repair pathways toward larger-scale regeneration rather than scar formation. That covers today's science and health news. Share this with someone who's curious about the latest research. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. See you next time. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.